Engaging your senses is super, super important when you are imagining your future realities. It is really critical that you know how to engage your senses into those imaginal acts so that you can experience them as real in imagination. That is the whole key to this. So today I wanted to take you through an exercise that's going to help build your ability to engage your senses in imagination just like you do every day in reality. So that's what we're doing. Stick around. My name is Hedley Derenzie and I am a qualified life coach specializing in my favorite, the Law of Assumption teachings, which are such powerful teachings. They will change your reality, but it does start with changing the story. If you'd like support with that, I am available for one-to-one Law of Assumption coaching. I also have a free 21-day Set Yourself Up with the Ultimate Self-Concept course, which is the ultimate story that you want to be telling. That sets the foundation for every other story that you tell in your life. All of those details are in the box below this video or at my website, youaretheone.com.au. But for now, let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to give you another technique. As you've seen over these last few weeks, I have just been giving you technique. I'm just sharing everything I got, because I want everyone who is watching this channel to be the creative cause of their reality, and it is in the application of these teachings. It is not in the reading or the listening. These videos are just signposts directing you back to where the answer is, which is you, which is your imagination, which is doing the work. You've got to do the work. You've got to put this into practice. Every single day you want to be spending at least 10% of your waking life in your imagination. That's tithing with God. You give 10% of your income to God. That's 10% of your waking life to your imaginal acts. And part of the key with creating your future is to engage your senses in imagination, to make it real. You've got to be living from the end of already having what it is that you want in imagination. Of course, you don't yet have it in reality, so it has to be in imagination. And reality is reflecting back what you're doing in imagination, and for the subconscious to believe the commands that you're giving it, to obey the commands that you're giving it. It has to be done with your senses. You have to make it real. And if you want to create a future you've never experienced before, you don't have reality to lean on, you've got to go to your imagination. You have to make it real. The way to make it real is with your senses. I know you know this, I'm just reminding you. So today I wanted to give you a fun exercise to build your strength of using your senses in imagination. It is so simple. As you've seen with all of the techniques that I've given you so far, they are so simple, and a lot of you have said, oh my God, I was using this already. I was doing this already, because you know this already. I'm just reminding you of what you already know. We are the cause and creators of our reality, and we do it in imagination. This stuff is inherent within us. We know this. Children come into this world with their imaginations alive and bright because they know this. And then, of course, we drill it out of them, and then that's part of the setup in order to find our way back. It's all part of the beautiful setup, the beautiful adventure. So this technique is about exercising your senses and to become more aware of them. And I'm going to do this in two parts, and I would suggest you doing this in two parts. So the technique is simple. The first thing that we are going to do is to engage our senses in reality. You do it all day, every day. That's how you know you're in reality. But of course, we've become unconsciously competent with how we use our senses in reality. We just use them automatically. We experience reality through our senses all day, every day, but we don't think about it. It's like breathing. We just do it automatically without thought. So what we want to do is bring conscious awareness back to how we are engaging our senses, and we start with reality. So throughout your day, at some point, you can do them all in one go, or you can do it bit by bit. And I would suggest doing this every day, because that builds strength, just like going to the gym. Every day, consciously engage each sense in reality. If you don't have access to all five senses, just use the senses that you have access to. But if you have access to all five senses, then engage all five senses. So the first one is sight. At some point throughout your day, become consciously aware that you are using the sense of vision. So it could be a view that you're looking at. You could be waiting in the car at the traffic lights. Just become aware that you are seeing what you're seeing through the sense of vision. Number two, this is super simple, just stay with me. Become consciously aware of a smell. So consciously use and engage the sense of smell. Consciously engage the sense of taste. Consciously engage the sense of touch. Just touch something, pick up your phone, feel the weight of it, and just feel the smoothness of it. Just become aware of the texture of things, and then engage the sense of sound. So become consciously aware of a sound. It could even be silence. Become consciously aware of it. Remember, you're using these senses all day, every day, but you're not doing it consciously most of the time. Most of the time, we just take these senses for granted. But when you become aware of your senses in reality, it's much easier then to engage those senses in imagination. And that is why we are doing this activity, because we're just activating conscious awareness of senses in reality first, and then you are going to do it in imagination. Always set your assumptions up for the result you want to experience. So assume that this is working and that you can easily access each sense in your imagination before beginning this activity. So close your eyes and now engage the sense of vision. So you can envision any scene you like. It can be an imagined scene, or it can be just a visual, a memory, something that you saw earlier the day. It could be the view from your bedroom that you know so well. Anything at all, it does not matter. All you are doing is engaging the sense of vision. Once you've got that, we're going to move on to the sense of sound. So I want you to hear something in imagination. It can be any sound. It can be a sound you know. It can be the chirping of a bird. You may hear sounds in reality, but I want you to focus on producing a sound in imagination that is not otherwise there. It could be a tune. It could be a song that you know well. It could be somebody saying something really lovely to you. It doesn't matter what it is, just as long as you hear something that isn't there. Once you've got that, engage the sense of touch. This is such a powerful sense. I would suggest to engage the sense of touch in every single Imagine act that you participate in. Always engage the sense of touch. So you could imagine yourself reaching out and touching your specific person, or you could be patting your pet. Doesn't matter what it is. Remember, you're just doing it in imagination. You're not doing it in reality. And it can take a little bit longer in imagination than in reality. So you just want to make sure that you're taking your time, working really slowly until you can feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Moving on to the sense of taste. With your eyes still closed, directing awareness very consciously towards a sense of taste. It could be a flavor, it could be a drink, it could be something sour, it could be a lemon, it could be a piece of fruit. Doesn't matter. None of these have to connect if you don't want them to. You can if you want. But what we are doing here is just practicing engaging each specific sense in imagination and building our proficiency to be able to call on that sense in imagination. So once you've got the sense of taste, move on to the sense of smell. This can be a little bit challenging. Doesn't have to be, that's just an assumption. Choose something that you can smell. It could be a flower, it could be a rose. Neville Goddard uses the example of the rose. It could be your favorite essential oil. It could be your lover's aftershave. It could be your shampoo. It doesn't matter. Just choose something to smell and hold. You stay with yourself until you can smell it. Doesn't matter how long it takes. It takes as long as it takes. The key here is to stay with yourself until you can smell what you have intended to smell. Remember, the smell is not there. It's all coming from your imagination. If you're choosing to smell the soap, just hold yourself and hold your awareness and direct it towards the soap in imagination and just wait. Remember, you're gauging your sense of smell. You're staying with yourself until you can actually smell the soap. It could be lavender soap. And you just stay with yourself. And then once you smell it, you move on. And I would suggest doing this activity once a day. So once a day, every single day, engage your senses in reality. Start there. And then when you've found some time where you can close your eyes and just be quiet and focus, engage each sense in your imaginations, each individually, so that you know that you can get each one. And practice that every day, because what will happen is when you go into your imagined acts in imagination, you've got to engage your senses. And now that you've exercised your senses each day in imagination, it's a lot easier to call on those sensations in those envisioned realities that you are desiring to manifest into reality. The key is the sensory information that you give your brain. That's what makes it real. That's what commands the subconscious. Without the tones of reality, you're just daydreaming. You're just like thinking of something. You're not actually in the experience of having it and being it and living it, indulging yourself in that experience. And that's what will command your subconscious. And of course, that's what is the projector of reality. So That's a little activity, a little bit of a fitness routine for your senses. I suggest doing it at least once a day. It's super fast, super quick. None of this stuff takes a lot of time. You're just directing awareness towards it. You're allowing the experience to come and then you're moving on. You don't have to spend a lot of time on this. So play with it, have fun with it, report your success stories in the comments box below. And as always, please remember you are the amazing creators of your reality. You are the superstar of your show. You are the producer, the writer, the director, and the actor in your movie. What you assume to be true will be so. So assume the best for you and assume the best for everyone in your movie too, and you will have an amazing life. This is my wish, my vision, and my prayer for you and for me too. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing this work. Thank you for your beautiful comments. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I'd love to have you. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.